3,000 meters above sea level. No trees, no roads, just endless ice and wind. This is Cool in winter, one of the most extreme places on Earth. The lake, frozen solid, stretches endlessly in every direction. The wind howls, the air is razor sharp, and yet, despite the brutal cold, life here never stops. I travel alone, but this time, I wasn't the only visitor. Two other tourists, both girls, had also come to experience this frozen wilderness. Together, we rode with a local guide, making our way across the ice-covered plains on horseback. The horses were strong and sure-footed, but the ride wasn't as easy as it looked. At one point, I lost my balance and fell. For a moment, I just lay there, the cold seeping through my clothes as the others turned to check if I was okay. No injuries, just a bruised ego and a new respect for the nomads who ride effortlessly through this terrain. There's no running water here, no taps, no wells, just the frozen lake beneath our feet. To get water for cooking, we had to break a hole in the ice. The guide struck the ground with a tool, chipping away until dark, clear water pooled in the opening. We filled our containers, the water icy but fresh. It's strange to think that under this thick sheet of ice, life still exists. Fish moving unseen beneath the surface. Winter at Cool is unforgiving. Most people leave before the first snowfall, but a few remain, nomads who have learned to survive in these extreme conditions. They live in small, simple huts, relying on their livestock and centuries-old traditions. There's no firewood here. No trees grow at this altitude. Instead, they burn dried cow and horse dung for warmth. It might sound unusual, but it works, filling the air with a dry, earthy scent. Food in winter is all about survival. There are no fresh vegetables here, just dried, salted, or fermented supplies stored for months. Meat is the main food, often horse, lamb, or beef, cooked slowly over the fire. Butter tea is another staple, thick and salty, warming from the inside out. This is how we stay strong in winter, one of the nomads told me as he handed me a steaming bowl. The taste was unlike anything I'd had before, rich, heavy, and strangely energizing. But Cool isn't always like this. In summer, it's one of the most beautiful places in Central Asia, a paradise of green fields, wildflowers, and endless blue skies. The nomads return, setting up their yurts, letting their horses roam freely. It's a completely different world. Young boys learn to ride, galloping bareback across the meadows. Experienced horsemen compete in cockbaroo, a fierce game played on horseback where they battle over a goat carcass, showcasing their incredible skill and strength. Summer is a time of abundance. The markets fill with fresh dairy products, kumis, kurut, and fresh cheese made from cow and horse milk. I tried kumis, the famous fermented mare's milk. It was an experience. Like yogurt and vinegar had a baby. Not for everyone, but a drink deeply tied to the culture here. Standing here in winter, surrounded by nothing but ice and silence, it's hard to imagine this place full of life. There's something hauntingly beautiful about it. The vast emptiness, the crunch of snow under the horses' hooves, the distant mountains standing like frozen giants. It feels like another planet. Cool in winter is not just a place, it's an experience. A test of endurance, a connection to nature, and a glimpse into a way of life that has barely changed in centuries. But for how much longer? Each year, fewer nomadic families return. As modern life spreads, will this ancient way of life survive? If you ever get the chance, come see it for yourself. Subscribe for more epic journeys into the world's most extreme places.